my friends in Puerto Rico. Hi, I'm Dennis Gage, and welcome to My Classic Car. Well, this week we're in San Juan, Puerto Rico, to visit my good friend and fellow automotive television personality, at least here in Puerto Rico, Luis Mariano. Now, Luis has gathered a few of his car buddies, and we're going to go for a cruise around this beautiful island, Caribbean Sea, 61 Impala, Cassandra's car, and check out some of the unique collections that are stashed here and there. This is going to be an absolute blast, but it's also going to be a really long day. So I say let's get this show on the road, literally. Luis, beautiful Jag. Mind if I drive?
Be my guest.
Yes. This is going to be a blast. So, Luis, it is so great to be back here. This is such a cool island, and just the cars here, the number of cars, and the fact that everybody's into them just blows me away. This is Edgardo. He's been watching the show since he was 4 years old. That's my kind of car guy.
The car culture here is very big. Per square mile, there's more cars in Puerto Rico than anywhere in the world. We're only 100 miles by 35 miles.
But a lot of
there's
cars.
Like almost 3 million cars on the island. So.
Well, you know, it was 6 years ago, I think, that I was here for that big show in February.
Right. That's right.
What's it called?
It's the Gran Feria de Autos.
There was like 2,000 cars at that. But it was really more like a big party and a car show broke out.
That's pretty much what it is. We have almost a Volkswagen show every weekend here.
Well, and that's the other thing. You have so many shows. And then, you know, I came and got to see back-to-back shows at the mall.
That's
Plaza
right.
Las Americas, is that what it is?
That's exactly.
What an amazing place that is.
It is. In a typical week where we have a classic car show at Plaza, over 650,000 people walk through the mall.
So the first show was the classics.
Yes.
And you had everything from Rolls-Royce to a 1958 Toyota there. I mean, it was a huge range of cars. And then right after that, you guys move all those cars out on a Sunday night and move 60 or 70 Mustangs in for the next week's show.
That's true. It's really a lot of fun.
So your show, I mean, in some respects, you're the Dennis Gage of Puerto Rico.
Dionisio Gage.
Dionisio Gage. Dionisio Gage. I like that.
Minus the big mustache.
Minus the big one. And the hat's a little different,
The
too.
hats are different, yes.
So what are we going to see today?
We're going to be visiting Mazda collection. And it's composed of 16 rotary engine cars. It's a great collection, and it's very rare.
And then after Mazda, then Volkswagen?
Yes, we're going to go see the Volkswagen Museum, and it is the largest Volkswagen collection in the world. It's going to be great.
My man, Ramon. Luis, that was a fun cruise. I love your Jag, but Ramon's Granville.
It's
I couldn't resist. I had to get into that thing. It's the only one on the island. 74 convertible. It's such a boat, but it was still fun. So now we're at really a unique place. I mean, this is a pretty rare collection of Mazdas. Mazda's an interesting car, of course. It was really the first production rotary engine, I think.
That's true.
Coming from Japan, and this car here, this is what?
This is the R100, which was the very first to be sold, and obviously the very first to be sold in the United States. It's a very compact car. A lot of people have questioned, for example, in this car, the location of these mirrors.
Well, I figured that was a custom touch.
No, this is standard in Japan, but was not standard in the United States.
However, this one came to the U.S. that way?
Yes, this is the 1970 car, and it did come that way.
And really, if you look at this, it's got a little bit of Opel Kadett look to it.
I would think so. Yes, definitely.
And in fact, the inside looks a little bit German too.
Yes.
The black and the way the gauges are laid out. It's
definitely not Japanese style.
No, it's not.
It's very very European. I would say very German. And the location of the shifts on this is very high on the center tunnel there.
And but it's a manual transmission, so you're shifting way up there on the.
Yes, yes, it is.
Another kind of funny thing about the car is that you get back here and Those taillights look almost too big for this car.
They are definitely big. They wanted everybody to make sure that when you stop, you're stopped.
I'm stopping. But this then was a logo that started to become recognized.
That's right.
The Rotary coupe. But let's have a look at that Rotary engine.
Absolutely, yes.
Open that baby up, Luis.
Sure, no problem. Let me. There we go.
Man, these babies are little, I mean, because the transmission starts like here and the front of the engine's here. So it's like the engine's that long.
That's exactly correct, yes. It's very, very narrow.
Were there two rotors in this engine? Or is it just one rotor in this engine?
It's one rotor.
It's a one rotor engine?
It's a one rotor engine, yes.
It's a significant vehicle, the first Rotary to come into the U.S. But let's check out that pickup. That's another pretty rare car.
Very rare car.
Okay, Luis, so this is a 1973. 73.
This is a step up. Now we're talking about with the 12A engine, which is a bigger engine, higher horsepower. It is a fun cargo truck.
Yeah?
Because it is fast. It is very rare in the sense that it is an automatic transmission.
Oh man, and look at this interior. Pearl walnut and big automatic transmission.
Bench seat with the automatic in the floor in the center console.
I'm actually, again, very surprised. Now we've gone from what looked like a Euro interior to something that looks more like 70s muscle almost. I mean, you get a kind of a Camaro feel here.
Yeah,
or GTO with the way the gauging is set up.
That's a little combination. It's got a good size bed.
And these are what, just tie downs?
Just tie downs, yes.
And you get back here and it's like, what kind of engine do you think this has?
Yeah, they definitely wanted to make sure you knew what it was.
Well, hey, let's go look at that 12A.
Sure.
Pop the hood on this one.
This is the 12A. Not much bigger than the 10A size-wise than width, but it is bigger.
One or two rotors?
Two rotors.
Two rotors?
Yes.
Wow. I mean, it's beautiful.
It is
shape.
beautiful.
It's really great, and it's pretty rare. Well, let's look at that RX-3 SP.
Absolutely.
This one's very sporty.
Very sporty.
What year is this, Luis?
This is a 1977 RX-3 SP or Sport Edition. Very aggressive front spoiler.
I'll say.
Yeah.
Was again, you know what the car is coming at you because you can't miss it.
I guess Mazda really wanted you to know what you're driving.
Well, and I'll tell you the other thing is, that's a pretty lively interior.
Yes. This is also unique to the SP model, the plate upholstery.
I mean, it's a screaming interior.
This one is rare on an RX-3 SP because it's an automatic.
Were they mostly manual?
They were mostly manual.
Well, and it's starting to now take on a bit of a Japanese look from the interiors, from the dash standpoint and everything.
Yes. If you actually look at the rear of the car and the rear deck spoiler and everything, it's very Mustang too.
Well, actually it is, isn't it? It is really Mustang too.
Also very Mustang-like.
It is man. This thing it's like a copy of a Mustang too. I hadn't noticed that. So what engine does this have?
This has the 12A engine.
Oh, so same as the pickup.
Same as the pickup, with a few tricks to make it a little bit more powerful, more sporty.
A little zippier.
A little zippier.
Well, let's go look at it.
All right. Let's see what it looks like here.
So actually all the Mazda hoods have the reverse open to them.
They do, yes.
Oh, interesting.
Again, the same basic engine you saw in the pickup truck.
They were racing these cars back in the day and turning some incredible times.
Yes, absolutely. The fastest Mazda Rotary in the world, drag racing car, is from Puerto Rico.
How fast?
It does 660s at 230 miles an hour.
With a rotary engine.
With a rotary engine.
That's really respectable. Well, let's close this baby up and get on the road. We got some more stuff to see.
Absolutely, we got a lot of traveling.
Luis, this is amazing. Where am I anyway? Where am I?
This is the Volkyland, and this is the largest private collection of Volkswagens in the world.
And it's owned by?
By Dr. Norman Gonzalez, and he has been collecting cars for the last 30 years, 40 years, slowly, and all of a sudden, bang, we're looking at over 300 cars right now.
I don't even know where to start. I say we just dive in.
Absolutely, let's do it.
Here we go. And Luis, this collection is incredible. I mean, there's like everything here. Much of it is historic representation of what Volkswagen did. There's a few that are not what Volkswagen did. They started with the Volkswagen. This baby is an example of this. This is sort of a hot rod V-dub, to me, looking sort of like a, you know, Ford three-window coupe or something.
I agree, and I think the design the fellow that made this car had in mind was exactly that. And it chopped the top, suicide doors.
Oh, okay.
Okay, which is pretty wild. Extremely rare mascot up front that
The hood
was
ornament
only
there, yeah.
sold in South America. It was not available in the other markets. Man. It's got moon disc on it. It has a hydraulic suspension.
No way, really?
Up and down. Air conditioned.
It kind of alligator embossed seats and an early dash.
Early dash, completely, yes.
And then, you know, this kind of Lincoln Zephyr or three-window coupe or whatever look, but this looks actually like another hood.
That's exactly what it is. It's another hood. So you don't know where it's going or coming or whatever, you know.
So, you know, we got a hot rod that somebody made, basically, and then there's this baby. This is I mean, it looks very exotic. It almost looks like a kit car, but this was a manufactured car you could buy as a finished car in where?
In Brazil, yes.
And it's a what, a Puma?
It's a Puma, that's correct. And it's sold in Brazil and in other European markets as a complete car you could buy from the factory, and you could order several engine options on it, even a racing type option for this car.
You know, just like the Opel GT is like a baby Corvette,
yes,
this looks like a baby Pantera.
It does.
Or
the rear shape on it, yes.
Yeah, or the Manta. And back here, it's rear engine, obviously still Volkswagen, so
yes,
under here would be just another V-dub engine, maybe souped up a bit?
Yes, it is. It's a 1600cc engine on this one. They really moved.
It couldn't
really
weigh
moved.
much. And it 1977.
1977.
I could have bought that brand new in Brazil.
That's right.
Looking like that in 77.
Absolutely.
I love it. Let's see what else they got here, man. This car, I think, is really cool. This looks like an original paint car.
It is. Everything. Original paint, original interiors, the original engine, matching numbers, the whole works.
1957.
1957 car. That's pretty sharp.
Yeah. This line alone is worth the price of admission.
Absolutely, yes.
I mean, this really kind of shows the evolution of the window, because it started, you know, as a split oval and then went to the oval, ultimately ending in the rectangular window.
Yes.
This is a rectangular rear window Volkswagen, but a very, very special one.
Absolutely. This is a last edition, 2003, from Mexico. When they stopped building Volkswagens all over the world, the last place they built them was at the Puebla, Mexico factory.
In 2003, they were still building this car just like this, flat windshield car.
Yes.
Until 2003.
Absolutely. It had an incredible market. There's over 100,000 Volkswagens that were traveling in Mexico City and suburbs, used as a taxi cab.
And that number is significant of what?
That's the amount of Volkswagens they made. 21 million?
464 Volkswagens.
You got it.
That's a lot of Volkswagens.
That's a lot of Beetles, yes.
I'm absolutely in Volkswagen heaven. Let's go check out another cloud.
I'll follow you.
So this is apparently the military corner.
Military corner,
definitely. I recognize that over there. That's a Schwimmwagen.
Absolutely.
I was out in a lake in one of those once. It's pretty weird experience. How about is that a 4x4?
It's a reproduction of a Commander wagon, which was a 4x4. This here is an actual car that belonged to the German army and was impounded by the Allied forces after they won the war, and used it for patrolling the area. It's a 1945 car, and so is the Kubelwagen right behind you.
That's a really bizarre vehicle.
Yeah, the Kubelwagen is the equivalent of the Jeep, although it was superior to the Jeep in just about everything. So it was definitely a fantastic vehicle.
It's just amazing. So basically, there's something for everybody here.
Absolutely.
Man, the doctors really got them packed in here. Just
yes.
Like these vans. But this is the one that really caught my eye. What's this?
This is very rare. The official name is a Type 147. Everybody knows them, those few that do, as a Fridolin. But what it is a special order by the German Post Office Department to Volkswagen, so they could build something that was two sliding doors and it's very easy to maneuver, park, and whatever.
They transformed Volkswagen into all sorts of things. There's a couple ambulances over there. Yes. There's a fire truck. It uses a Volkswagen engine to pump the water?
To pump the water, absolutely. And that actual car was in service in Germany at an airport until 1992.
Luis, this is just an amazing collection. It's just incredible. And it's been an amazing day.
Yes, it was.
But I gotta tell you, I'm starving. And I understand there's some really good Puerto Rican pork waiting for us.
Absolutely. Special order for Dennis Gage.
Let's go have some food.
Let's do it.
Hey, it's been a great day. Puerto Rico's got some incredible cars. Luis is a magnificent host. Long day. I'm starving. Let's go get something to eat.